just thinking, could this be the option? Oh yes,
Ruby.
you is. It's Charlotte.
We did, yeah.
You boys did it
So
again.
this is Martis. All right. If I cash this in,
You win.
I win.
You win.
I
What do you
predicted
win?
7 out of 10.
Put that
Right?
in the wolf counter.
Let's go, Martis. Give me the 70%.
Come on.
Give me the 70% next play.
Give Wolf the 70% prediction.
First on the list,
Possibility.
Martis. Second is the Barretts. That's the only 2 options here for next play.
Give it to Wolf. You have 17 seconds. Pressure is on you. Next play, Evos.
Everybody's sitting at the edge of their seat at home, eating their popcorn, their snacks.
Are they doing?
Oh
Oh,
my goodness!
Wolf! You the man.
You don't see me when I'm standing.
But he is
Got
standing
it.
right now.
Everybody at home. Got him!
Got him.
Wolf got him!
Wolf. Man, the brain
Let's
of this
go.
analyst.
If only
We're
you guys
so
could
blessed.
feel the
I'm
aura
even
of the best
shocked again,
analyst.
yeah?
Yeah, even if you could only feel the aura of the best analyst next
Yeah.
to me, Francis.
Yeah, right. If only I could sit beside you closer.
Do you feel the caffeine aura that's exuding from me?
It's kicking in. And Wolf on
Caffeine and acid.
70% prediction.
That's the cost of predicting and being good at Mobile Legends.
Well-
Caffeine dependence and hyperacidity.
I was going to say caffeine and acid. What?
No, not that acid.
no,
I say acid in your tummy.
that's masterclass for
Nice.
Wolf.
Nice is broken, man.
I'm broken!
Yeah, man, needs to be fixed.
Oh, man.
Game number 2. Next play was an RSG. If you want to be trained with one of the master classes, to give one of the master classes in the league, that's Wolf. 70% and climbing. Who has the higher edge in this matchup?
The edge here is, I mean, I honestly, I want to ask Wolf. He's predicted it, so I
Yeah.
want to know, prediction-wise, Wolf, before we break the game.
Yeah, take
even
5
further.
minutes of your time.
I think late game belongs to NEXPLAY EVOS. I think RSG has great early game and great team fight. The deal breaker is Boyet needs to be activated this game.
Oh, come on.
Right now, Brusco's activating the first blood here. So that is already a good start for NXPE with the lineup that they have.
Okay, we're talking about Boyet, right? So, is it coverage, right? Coverage, aggressiveness? How do you want to deal with this up against H2O? With this final prediction that Wolf made, does this give a big difference for NXPLAY EVOS?
Yes, only if he plays it accordingly. So how do you play it accordingly? You have to be very fast. Make sure that you get the turtles. He was doing great with the Akai. Let's see him do better when it comes to getting all those turtles as the Martis. So the difference that it can make is that it can also take out and pressure Exhort as well as the Ferrin. So tanky and squishy heroes, they should be pressured by Martis nonetheless.
Okay, so objective could be the name of the game again for NXPLAY EVOS, because from what I'm seeing, you have a knockup from Brusco, you have a knockup again for Boyet, so this gives a way for them to zone out RSG, to be near and deal damage to the first turtle. Just right now, H2O is the only one here who can be ready for a retribution battle, but NXPE has his eyes on the first objective. Will they be successful in getting this?
Ooh, fight for it. Lots there, overlaid on top of each other. Boyet, though, another kill going out here. 2 in the hands of NXPE. Turtle's still up. That was a nice attempt, too, but still, Ding with a great electrifying blow, and the Petrify combination just set up NXPE there for a successful, dominating take.
Wolf, what happened?
What was that? Look at that. Alley-oop coming up from Brusco, delivering a hero to Boyet. And then eventually after the Astura's Wrath was committed, he actually slapped, 3 members of RSG. Then, final slash coming up from Nats, also connecting on the 3. However, Goyong with the stolen feathered airstrike also allowed for NXPLAY to deal more damage, and Boyet was able to secure 2 kills afterwards.
Oh, look at that.
The hands of Brusco, man.
This Cho.
Yeah, and what, 2 kills in his hands already? You're not expecting this usually of, your Rome, but this is already a great start here for NXPE.
So we were trying to look at the problem of having an AoE burst. That's the Farsa. having the Valentina on the side of NEXPLAY EVOS gives pressure even for the gold line right now, forcing Exort to even check on what's happening, on how is Eman doing. So since coverage is concerned, or how this Martis or Boyet could be more efficient, I think there's a lot of space that they're doing right now.
It's a lot of gold even that they were able to convert out of it. We're having 4 kills and then a turtle fight, 2.1k. And you can see Ding.
Dong.
What? What? Yeah, Ding. I mean, the Benedetta with 3 assists this time. Back in game number 1, it was 3 kills for Nats. But 3 assists is still pretty good for Benedetta, having a lot of stacks in the Festival of Blood.
Oh, well, Ding able to get out of that one just fine. And you know, that's the thing too, right? If my biggest question all the time whenever Arlot is picked in is, what is that value? Yes, Fredrin has the line, you know, about his value, but what about Arlot, right? We've seen, I feel like it's almost been, I'm not sure if it's a 50-50 so far with the way that he's been picked, but a lot of times I feel like he needs the right environment or setup to really shine, especially with his kit.
Yeah, is he becoming more effective? Because most of the teams chose for this for the last pick, but second turtle is up.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting for it. H2O able to grab that one. That was a nice setup there. There's the feathered airstrike. They're caught in a bad situation. Light's going to fall here, though. They're still going for it. The chase ensues. Exort could be in trouble.
Ooh.
Gets the stun off. Ding, though. There's Navs. He's going to go in. And can he grab the kill? He can't. Unfortunate here for RSG, able to clean up those kills. Ooh. They do get a flicker out, though, and they're just going to back off for now.
Oh, had it been that RSG got a kill afterwards, they would have really cut down the deficit. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case. But they did take the turtle, though. Finally, H2 gets a turtle in this series. But how about that? You saw the stolen final slash coming out from Goyang. It's not stolen, copied. Why do I always say stolen? It's copied. The copied ultimate coming out from Goyang. It's a final slash setting up for NEXPLAY EVOS.
Yeah.
It was?
That's kind of like,
yeah,
you know.
Almost the same. But NEXPLAY EVOS gets 1 kill. And then, now pressuring bottom lane. So they're getting so much value in the early stages here.
Well, you guys mentioned the power spike of NEXPLAY EVOS could be in the late game. So they're moving that possibility on the first 6 minutes of the game. So with this, how is RSG going to play it? Defensively or isolate more?
Right now, if you're noticing it, I mean, RSG is trying to find picks where they can, right? And a lot of the times, unfortunately for them, it's against Ding. And when Ding is playing this Benedetta, obviously a lot of times he's able to escape, he's able to get away. But we see a lot of those attempts there, because I feel like at this point for RSG, they need to build up from this lead that they're working against. Now it's their turn to hopefully have a comeback for themselves, right? But right now, it's very difficult so far with this momentum, this pace that has been set by NXPE.
Yeah. Their goal was to really shut down this Martis, make sure that it's not working as intended. But unfortunately, it was. Like, you saw that if there will be chains of kills that will be started by the Decimate, you just have so much teamfight control afterwards. And Boyet was really clutch during the first turtle fight where he was put very low, but eventually he popped 1 kill and then one after the other, getting so much assists. He is 2-0-1 as of this moment, and he already has the Molten Essence, so he's gonna be able to tank up. And if you're looking from the damage sources for RSG, you will look at both the Fars as well as the Melissa. So far, Melissa has been farming. Eman needs more farm anyways, and Exort has been forced to use his ultimate in disadvantages timings for RSG.
Well, timings, they need to save those ultimates in the right moment if RSG wants to fight back, because I want to check up on how their defensive items work, because we're seeing damage even from Brusco, from Boyd, even from Ding. The coverage of damage right now is of NXPE really can pressure RSG to even to fall back or even to fight back. So do they not need to keep on answering these team fights, or just play it safe?
Well, I think right now, both these teams don't want to play it safe, right? NXPE wants to keep pushing the pressure where it is, and RSG has to work around that.
Is this workaround working for RSG? Because now Boyd got his hands.
Oh.
But
Okay, he's able to secure it, but now Ding on the run. Should be able to get away from this. Doesn't have the luck of final blow, but there it is. NXP, they grab the objective. And RSG able to grab it.
Wow.
Retribution battle is on.
Retribution battles.
And I believe that they will be able to push the bottom lanes. This is amazing for RSG. You saw that only one hero, that was the Martis. Only the Martis was able to hold on to the turtle. Now, you see Ding trying to get into the fight, but interesting choice of pathing coming up from RSG. Instead of making the beeline towards Boyet, they completely wrapped around and they were away from the, all those damage from NXPLAE.
Yeah, so they're able to grab a kill here. And this is what we were talking about, right? RSG, they have to find moments where they can crawl back into this game. So far, so good.
Well, dividing and isolating is what they're doing right now. Raiders sees the potential. But I believe now the damage is really showing into the mid game because we have Exort, we have Emon. So far, this is one problem that this could be the hurdle of NEXTPLAY EVOS. If they're not moving as a unit, this becomes a problem because there's a lot of grab and go and burst right now. And look at the player gold. Doming is on top of the charts, but 3 people are climbing as well.
Yep. By the way, we did talk about like the tenacity Ruby, and he's actually rocking it this time.
Yep.
It's going to be very important against NEXTPLAE.
Yeah, I don't think Brusco's going to escape this one. A lot of CC actually.
Wait.
Okay, he does.
Doming.
Surprisingly, Doming was there to help him, but now
Oh!
Doming's going to get caught. The foresight there. Able to grab Doming here on top side now. It's another turnaround. Nafs going 1 versus 3 for as long as he can, but can't go long enough. He falls.
Cornered, but the trade of 1-1 continues, and this gives RSG to push, but NXPE has the upper hand here.
H2O and Light here. They do get the tier 1 turret. They should be tanky enough. They do survive, despite it look like an initiation from NXPE. So for both teams, cross-map plays. They're finding objectives, finding some kills here to set themselves up for that Lord fight.
You're
And
trading.
I think the trades favored RSG better. They lost, RSG lost their top lane turret, but getting the mid lane turret was massive. And they also stole one of the purple buffs for NEXTPLAY EVOS. Surely, you can argue that NEXTPLAY EVOS having more gold, but RSG, when it comes to map control and the value that they're getting out, that was actually better for them. And now they're controlling the Lord. H2, because of the kills that they was able to get, and of course the stolen jungle creeps, is now a level ahead of Boyet DR, which means that they will have the better chance at taking this retribution battle.
Well, let's see how NEXTPLAY EVOS would want to clear their lanes first, because there's a possibility of splitting the power of their lineup right now. But H2 and Boyet is on with the dance with the Lord, as well as Nats and Ding are looking over for a possible split in the mid. They're checking all the corners correctly. Nobody's taking the chance here. Oh, they're feeling it. They're feeling H2 is beating everyone in NXP right now.
I think they're just trying to get any advantage they can in this pretty much team fight, but neither team's going to fall for it, right?
Yep.
You have pretty much everybody. Oh, look at the mid lane, though. They did find Ding. He did not know you had 3 members there of RSG. They pulled the go signal, so now they've got the numbers advantage. Ding was literally sitting there trying to put pressure mid lane, possibly even getting that tier 1, and now they got to deal. Domain coming in here with the blazing duet. Can they grab the kill on top of it? He's going to get chased back. Emon does fall. Lord's still going to be worked on. It's secured by H2O. Emon and Exort are down. They're finding some more. Boyet on the run. He's going to get taunted. Killing spree for H2O. Another's going to fall here. Now going on the run. Navs and Light here. It's way too much CC.
Ding.
Now here comes Ding. Can he make it in time? Left quite low. Goyong, though, able to get a triple. And now it's Nats and Ding. And they decide, you know what, that's enough bloodshed. Let's back off for now.
Peace treaty. But of course, Nats, what a wonderful play. All right, so you saw RSG getting a pickup in the middle, just Ding taken out. A very, very important play that we saw from there. Then there was a fight. Eman was seen by the side of NEXTPLAY EVOS. Him jumping, already committing his jump, and knowing that that's quite a long cooldown in the Melissa, even in the late game.
Yep.
Doming just, pulled the trigger. He popped the ultimate. He knows that he can deal well even through the go away because he's a range hero anyways. And he had the help of his teammate Boyet. That's the reason why they were able to find him. Then eventually there was a fight that broke out because of that. H2 and the gang, they decided to fight after the Lord was taken out.
Yeah.
But they suffered some of the losses. Doming had to fight afterwards when he was very low. That's why he was taken out anyways. If they had been more careful about the decisions they're making, taking out Eman was already good for NEXPLAY EVOS. They still managed to go for an even trade-off, but the fact that it was Nats who stayed alive last meant that there is a lot of positives here for RSG.
And
they
the
had one man
Yeah.
advantage and the Lord.
And the Valentina was just waiting on the corner. They're waiting for the right moment, and she was lacking the ultimate that they need to burst everybody down. That was 3. And that was a good call, but it was too late. There was a lot of 4 people down on both sides.
Just a lot of bloodshed for that that Lord take. I mean, a lot of people, I feel like when they watch that, they're probably feeling like, man, no one's doing anything, Yeah, and they're waiting. Maybe they think it's boring, but it's so calculated.
Yeah.
If you actually watch these
Steps.
Lord dances unfold, they come down to such micro decisions that they're so calculated, and that's why it's like both teams trying to fake each other out until eventually the fight breaks out, and sometimes it's not even all the way around that Lord pit or even the turtle pit for that matter, right? It's can be in the mid lane, cross map, and seeing it unfold there, and the way that ending was, I mean, even the point where you got both the XP laners were up at the very end of that, and then just the way that people certain roles, certain heroes profited off that. That'll do a lot going into the next, again, Lord dance, a Lord fight, and this possible push as well, depending on where things fall into place here.
Well, as this, we've seen everything happen, and as this being on the table, what's the mistake here that NEXPLAY EVOS needs to not do, right? They were losing some avenues. So what is the possibility to keep going into the late game? As you've mentioned, they still have a late game insurance.
Yep.
Are they still safe for that window?
For sure. I think that to answer your question, what they need to do is to just scout the bushes better. Because I think that really didn't go in their favor just because they didn't check the mid lane bush. And there are so many ways for them to do that. They have the Cho, very slippery. You also have the Benedetta. Just not be complacent around bushes because RSG, they are known for that. Last year, you saw RSG take the crown for the Southeast Asia Cup, and one of the best plays that they have are those ambush plays where they get into a bush and they kill off enemies with the task force RSG kind of surprise tactics. That's why it's called the ambush, right?
Ambush?
Yeah.
Ambush.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
So RSG
slowly
is known
getting
for
it.
that, and NEXPLAY EVOS should watch out for that.
Okay.
Well, it's just on a different level. And, I appreciate it. But no, it makes sense, right? Because we've seen that happen a lot of times, and I will say that the way that RSG SLATE Philippines plays, if you've been following them for a couple seasons now, there are similarities there, and then there's obviously differences too. And one thing that I do like with this lineup is they have more of that. What do you say? They have more. It feels like they have a lot more options in the game. The way they approach the game, things kind of unfold differently for RSG SLATE Philippines. So, how will this translate to them getting this to a game 3? I think a lot of that is also just going to rely on Nads here with this Arlot pick specifically, because Emon isn't there, right? Emon is not there where they can play that ambush style just yet.
Well, let's see how the story unfolds in game number 2. Will NXP finally get a grip on the rope, or will RSG take it for good? Now there's a push down bottom. Now NXP is on cleanup. As Wolf mentioned, they need more vision. Brusco and also Boyantia or even Ding can team up doing that. And one thing also that they try to see here is look for the mistakes of RSG can make. And as they're rotating right now, this is one way of bursting down. This can pack a punch if NXP commits a mistake over and over again.
That's very true. Still, I would say that at this point the goal doesn't matter anymore. There will be a lead for RSG, and I think that the most important objective and the pivotal point that RSG was able to get was the mid lane turret. They traded it for the top lane turret before, and that gave them so much map control afterwards. So what I'm trying to say here is, surely you're gonna look at the economy, like the goal whatsoever, right? But what matters now from here on out is how the teams are controlling those turrets. So far, RSG having more turrets destroyed over NXPLE EVOS will now give them more map control. And I think that's the more valuable thing, because at this point, it is a deadlock considerably.
Nats is rising up to the total damage chart. Now they spot 3 in the middle lane. Oh, that's going to be... Oh, Eman pushing back away Brusco. Oh, they're feeling it. Now they're just being cautious on every step that they do.
That's just so scary every time you see a Melissa do that, right? And not even really have to do anything other than auto attack, right? For the most part, like doesn't even need the Inspire. So that damage is already there for RSG SLATE Philippines specifically. So NXPE was looking for their own setup to get this advantage here, as they know that next lore dance is going to ensue in about, what, 10 seconds. And also, was that taken?
No.
No, he was able to grab
Safe.
it. Okay, safe.
I like the decision from NextPlay to actually give the double buff to Doming now, even when he's not a jungler. But they gave their mid lane turret for free. And that's a crucial mistake. Not only that, they already burned their conceal moments before this. So they really are in the back foot now. I don't know how they will be able to find a good opening.
Well, both teams getting ready for the setup there. There's the I'm offended. The pull is there. The damage is too much. Domain going on the backside. He just pushes them back. They're low. Goyang trying to get the follow-up. Couldn't get M on. Now going to be chased down here. Domain's got to get out of there. So Goyang, look at the damage. It's still going to be respected. Can't get away, though. Naz with that final slash able to grab the kill. So 2 down for NXPE.
Another mistake of re-entering the bush of death. I call it BOD. With their Split of Despair, I'm calling BOD. Something you need to be careful if you're up against RSG. Vision is one thing that they need to answer right now for NXPE.
I think you just go ahead and give this one away. Looks like they're going to go ahead and do that. And like you were mentioning, Wolf, you know, the big factor here was the space advantage because of those. First, it was the tier 1 turret being down, and then, the tier 2 went down. So NXPE kind of playing with their backs against the wall in terms of space.
And they were really in a big disadvantage back then. They don't have conceal. They also don't have the information.
Yep.
They don't have the map control. And unfortunately, just one snag coming out from Light changed the trend of the team fight. You see Brusco not having the tenacity. He opted to go for the concussive blast as a normal Cho would. But I've seen from other regions that they are now rocking the tenacity, even in a Cho. The moment that he showed himself, one ultimate coming out from Light, and of course the models with the Inspire coming out from Eman, he's already brought 100 to 0. In fact, it was Ding was taken out so easily because he didn't have any damage mitigation. Unlike Nats, who built for Blade Armor earlier on last game, he looks very squishy in these fights.
Well, Light right now even has the immortality. He can go up against Brusco and just snatch 3. So it's mind the distance if you're NXPE, because in all of the spaces that RSG can make could fall into a trap. So they can be more careful. But look at that, the peel from Eman to Boyet, almost tearing him down. Oh, his HP. But now we're seeing more coverage from Brusco, trying to have more push. But they're buying time. NXPE is just clearly making for the right moment to strike. And whose item is going to be? Who's the main damage dealer going to be in NXPE?
Brusco was quite deep, right, into enemy territory, and also just kind of sitting here, looking to sandwich anybody. It looks like he's going to go for Exort. Gets the kickoff, a nice toss. With the Tronchet, though, it might be a little bit too late. Exort able to get out with the wings eye wings. Boyet going to fall here to Amon, and now Ding the next target here. He can't escape the CC, as it's a double kill for Amon. 2 down for NXPE. RSG Philippines looking to possibly close out this game number 2. The flicker comes in from Navs, and still going to be pressing the situation. The crystal is going to be exposed. Do they have enough here? They're trying to buy some time. Still 20 seconds for the other two to come up.
Only 3 left.
Quite low, and they can't find the mark they're looking for just yet. Feathered Airstrike going to push them back a little bit on top of it. Clearing the wings as they can. No follow-up, though, from Navs. And it might be NXP just successfully defending for now.
Still holding the line and buying time for NXP to push back.
My God. You see Emma just dealing so much damage and positioning himself well. You gotta have to hand it to Exhort, though. Using the Winter Truncheon, very scary timing, I would say.
Agree.
It was a massive gamble, but it paid off. He survived with a sliver of health. NEXPLAY EVOS was in a very bad spot afterwards. After what could have been a great jugular coming out from Brusco with that kick onto a crucial and important member of RSG. My God, NEXPLAY EVOS are still trying their best, and they almost got a winning blow.
Well, will they have a winning rhythm if they're up against RSG? Because H2O is ringing the bells. There's a conceal onto Light and Nats. Will they spot 2 here?
This is going to be tough to get away from here. Now Boyet trying to get away. He does. He gets pushed back here, but it looks like they're still going to plant themselves around this Lord for the take. Domeng waiting up, clearing that lane as well. Still looking for it. Ding. Backside. He's going to get spotted, though. Ooh. So he does get noted out here. Lord at 1/4 health. The turret finally go down. Tier 1 going on, trying to poke down the best he can. Look at the damage, though, from Emon. It's too much. H2O able to secure the Lord. Another Winter Truncheon. Pop downside. Navs going in. Can he get the kill? There's the CC followed up. Now Navs chasing down. Boyet still has the immortality. Going to find Boyet here. Double kill for Light. 2 down again for NXPE.
Boyet was already alive. He thought that he can contribute to Nats' skill, but he ended up paying for himself.
Looks like they're going to end it. Emon just locking on the crystal here. Can he do it himself? A couple hits away, and we're going to game number 3.
Kings of C finding an avenue.